Interestingly, every one of us in our life, we are trying to attain perfection in our own ways. There is no one who will say that, so it's fine. I mean, somebody who's doing a coding, he wants to be the best coder, or somebody who's earning some money. If somebody is telling that you are getting 1 lakh um, rupees a month, now you'll start getting 10 lakhs rupees per month. For 10 lakh rupees, immediately he'll change. Or somebody says that, okay, if you go to this demigod, your desire will be fulfilled in 40 weeks. And he goes there for fulfilling his desires. But then when he realizes that there is somebody else who is telling that, if you go to this demigod, in 8 weeks your desires will get fulfilled, then he'll jump there. This is a very interesting story told by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. The story was about a man who was pulling this boat from the river or from the sea to the shore. His job was just to pull. When the boat reaches the shore, pull it and then fix it. Now, there used to be a devotee who used to live with us. Now he's in India. He's gone back. Whenever we used to have prasadam together, I used to ask him, imagine, you have had all the, whatever the best things that you have had in your life, you have eaten. All the options are available in front of you. So let's say I've eaten pizza sometimes. So the best pizza is available. Or I've eaten dosa sometimes. The best dosa is available. Or I've eaten whatever I've eaten in my life. The best of that, all of those things are available. What is that one thing that you'll choose? What is the first thing that you'll take? Or given an option between this and this, what you will take? I always used to ask like that. Sometimes, this kind of questions are asked to some children. Right? And imagine you become the most powerful man, and you have a power by which you can fulfill anything. What is that one thing that you will do? So like that, let's say, this man is got this one boon that, he can do anything. And when he has got that kind of a boon or a power, he's asked, what will you do? He's saying, with all the money that I'll have, I will buy the softest material and make a nice pillow out of it, big pillow. And I'll put it on this banks, so that when the boat comes and I'm pulling it, my feet doesn't hurt. He's also looking for perfection. He's trying to do something. But what is he thinking? I mean, if he's really having that much of money, why will he do this job? He can, he can have his own boat and he does not need to do this. This is something very, very interesting, which is mentioned in the pages of Bhagavatam by two words called Matir Idrishi. If you search for this word, Mati Idrishi. Mati Idrishi is a very powerful thing. Based on the consciousness that one has, he's thinking that's what I'll do. If, my consciousness is only this much developed, then I'm thinking if I become a big coder in my company, that's the perfection. Or if I become a nice householder, with a lot of money, a happy family, it never happens. But that's the perfection for me in my life. There is a very interesting verse in Bhagavad Gita. Kangshantaha karmanam siddhim yajanta iha devataha kshipram hi manuse loke siddhir bhavati karmaja. So this is in the 4th chapter. Kangshanta karmana siddhim. Kangshanta. The word is similar root with akanksha, desires. Kangshantaha karmanam siddhi. So based on the desires, based on strong desire, I want to do this. Karmanam siddhim. One is looking for perfection in that karmana. Everybody is doing different activities. Kangshantaha karmanam siddhim yajanta iha devata. Then they worship some demigods who can fulfill those desires. Kshipram hi manushe loke siddhir bhavati karmaja. Men in this world desire success in fruitive activities, and therefore they worship the demigods. Quickly, of course, men get results from fruitive work in this world. So our activities how much kankshanta I have, how much of desire, how much of goal, how much I want to achieve that. Based on that, the karma, that much of activities I am doing. Activities are governed by that kankshanta and siddhim, and everybody is looking for the perfection. Main in this world, desire success. Success is siddhim, infruitive activities. How will I have some more money, more this thing, more, and that way I'll be happy. Everybody is looking for that siddhim. Yajanta iha devata, shipram hi manusha loke, siddhir bhavati karmaja. Quickly, of course, men get results from fruitive work in this world. But is that siddhi the real siddhi? Or there is something else? That is very nicely given in Bhagavad Gita elsewhere. Mam upetya punarjanma dukkhalayam asaswatam napnuvanti mahatmanaha samsiddhim paramam gataha. Mam upetya punarjanma dukkhalayam asaswatam napnuvanti mahatmanaha. The word used here is mahatmanaha. Samsiddhim paramam gataha. You saw the word siddhi used there, perfection there, but here Krishna is using samsiddhim, paramam, parama samsiddhi gata. What is the parama samsiddhi? Mam upetya punarjanma. If you attain to me, punarjanma dukkhalayam asaswatam napnuvanti. There is no more question of taking birth and death, no more question of getting into the cycle of birth and death. After attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary world which is full of miseries because they have attained the highest perfection. Any person who comes to Krishna consciousness will ask, what is your goal? What is your goal, Mantri? Going back home, back to God. How many of you will agree that we will say that our goal is going back home, back to God? But even the child who comes, he will say that our goal is going back home, back to Godhead. That's all. We are here for that. But our activities, are they in line with that? Saying is very, very easy. That, okay, I want to go back home, back to Godhead. But really our activities are in line with that goal? Or there are other goals? I don't have an Apple Watch. Nice Apple Watch is available. Let me go for that. It is like, when some children are asked, what do you want to become? I remember my younger brother, he always used to say, I want to become a truck driver. And my parents used to say, why do you want to become a truck driver? When some people, somebody will come, they'll ask, hey, what do you want to become? He'll say, I want to become a truck driver. And then they were saying, why you want to become a truck driver? This is separately. Because, this truck is looking big, I want to drive that big truck. So they said, no, it doesn't look nice. You should tell, I want to become a pilot. Next time when people are, I want to become a pilot. He doesn't know what is pilot, what it takes to become a pilot. But I want to become a pilot. Like that, here also we know, what do you want to become? I want to go back home, back to Godhead. Sure, nice, very nice. You want to go back home, back to Godhead. What are your activities? Job, little bit, going on. I want to get a little promotion, small house, want to make it big. But goal, go back home, back to Godhead. How is it? It is not in line. Our activities and our goal, because the goal itself, we are not clear. We're not very kankshanta, that desire. Enough. I have suffered in this material world. Samsiddhim paramam gata. This is the highest perfection. Without knowing that, we are busy in so many things. I want this, I want that. I want to go away somewhere. I've seen this many times, and the moment, people start Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, then some people have already gone into some other world, either here physically, dozed off, and then again, Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai, people have come back into senses. Or, Japa starts, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Katha. Then after that, 3 times conch shell blows, people are awake, they've come back. But what is your goal? Goal is we're going back to Godhead, that's all it is. What is it? So you ask people, sometimes people come and ask that, I've been chanting 16 rounds. महाराज क्या हो रहा है पता नहीं चल रहा है कि एडवांसमेंट हो रहा है नहीं हो रहा है, whether I'm making advancement or not, which nothing is coming, I'm not able to know, I'm not able to gauge. Yesterday in the class, in the association that we had, Chanchalpati Prabhu shared something very, very nice. I don't know how many of you paid attention. He spoke about these verses. Yatro paramatte chittam niruddham yoga shevaya yatra chaivatmanatmanam pasyannatmani tushyati sukham atyantikam yattad buddhi grahyam atindriyam vetti yatra na chaivayam sthitas chalati tatvatah yam labdhva chaparam labham manyate nadhikam tatah yasmin sthito na dukkhena guru napi vichalyate. See, these verses, sometimes we don't pay attention, but at least when somebody is referring to, we should go back and see. Sometimes in the class also we mention, okay, please go and read these verses. That means I should go back and refer to it. There is some meaning in it. That is why this is recommended. Here, if you see very closely, Sukham Atyantikam Yattad Buddhi Grahyam Atindriyam Vetti Yatra na Chaivayam Sthitas Chalati Tatvatah. Chalati means to move, to walk, to get disturbed. But a person who is really advanced, like Sukadev Goswami or Prabhupada, Sthitas Chalati Tatvatah. They are fixed in Tatvatah, Tattvas Sthitas, Tatvatah Sthitas Chalati. They don't budge. They are fixed in that. Not like this goal, going back home, back to Godhead. Activity, going for buying an Apple Watch. I'm not saying Apple Watch is bad. I don't have an Apple Watch. I want one Apple Watch. Or something else. I'm working towards getting it. Or I'm trying to get something else, some material things. That is required in my life, a little bit, this thing. No. Buddhi Grahyam. That is why the word used here is Buddhi Grahyam. Buddhi Grahyam means using the intelligence to discriminate what really is required for me, what really is beneficial for me, doing that. Sthitam Chalati Tatvatah. They don't budge. They are fixed there. Yam labdhva chaparam labham manyate nadhikam tatah. Prabhu was explaining yesterday. Yam labdhva cha aparam labham. Aparam, there is no further gain after coming to this platform. Yam labdhva cha aparam labham manyate nadhikam tatah. Yasmin sthito na dukkhena guru napi vichalyate. Even if one is situated in most trying circumstances, most difficult situations, going through that, guru napi vichalyate. He is not affected, he is not disturbed by that. So this is the symptom. If we are really seeing whether we are making progress or not, sola mala ho raha hai, itne saal se ho raha hai, doesn't matter. Whether we have come to this stage, yasmin sthito na dukkhena guru napi vichalyate. This is the symptom of a person who's advancing. Yatro paramatte chittam niruddham yoga sevaya. Niruddham becomes cleansed of these things. Still, I have this material desire. Once in a while, I feel like, okay, let me go do something else. Indulge in some material activities. Nice ice creams are there. Nice these things are there. Let me go out. Where is the question? Where am I fixed in? What is my goal? What am I talking about? I may feel like I've become a pure devotee now. I've been chanting now 16 rounds. Big thing I'm doing for last 10 years. I've been doing so many wonderful services. So what else? That's all I've reached. No, not like that. I want to share a very interesting verse in Bhagavatam. This is a verse in the 6th canto, 12th chapter, 19th verse. This is spoken by Indra. I'll give you the context. Indra uvacha. Aho danava siddhosi yasyate matiridrishi bhakta sarvatmanatmanam suhridam jagadishwaram. So this is Indra speaking to Vritrasura. Vritrasura is dead. It's finished. And Indra is telling, Aho danava siddhosi yasyate matir idrishi bhakta sarvatmanatmanam suhridam jagadishwaram. The translation is, O great demon, I see by your discrimination and endurance in devotional service, despite your dangerous position, that you are a perfect devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Super Soul and friend of everyone. You may not know the context, that's fine. But the word he used here is Danava. Danava is a demon. You are a demon. You are an asura. But alas, I mean, how is it? How is it possible that you have achieved the perfection? Siddhosi. How? Why? Indra is saying like this? Because Indra is intelligent. He must have read Bhagavad Gita. He knows that the symptoms of a person who has achieved perfection, he's seeing that. Yasyate matir idrisi bhakta sarvatmanatmanam suhridam jagadishwaram. Despite your dangerous position, that you are a perfect devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Super Soul and friend of everyone. He's able to see that he's being cut, but he's still fixed in his mind for devoting Krishna. Wonderful prayers he's offering. Seeing that he's stunned. Oh Danava Siddhosi Yasyate Matiridrishi. Now, in this translation, there are two words which are used by Prabhupada. I mean, the translation itself. Oh, great demon, I see by your discrimination and endurance in devotional service, despite your dangerous position, that you are perfect devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, first is discrimination. Discriminating what is really required for me. That counts. This is a function of intelligence. Buddhi grahyam atindriyam. So that discrimination, that this is what I want to achieve, not some other chota-mota perfections. No. Samsiddhim paramam gata. That discrimination is very important. And that discrimination is not enough alone, because you need endurance. Once I have decided this is what I want to do, to remain fixed in that, to endure in that. Otherwise I decide, what is it? Go back home, back to Godhead. But next day I'm doing something else which is quite contradictory, quite opposite to me.